hello. Don't get comfy. I'm going to the game center soon. I'm just trying this out. Hold on. Console didn't hook properly. It's got a really stupid 60 FPS cap, but I can fix it on my end. I just want to make sure it's going to stream well. So I put up that benchmark earlier, and I guess the Godlocker and the RTSS were fighting with each other and weren't playing nice. So I got the recording was scuffed. So I just want to see if I can try. I don't see why I couldn't. It's just so I did this with Dust Diver 2 as well. I played that at 144 FPS, even though the game is capped at 60. So I don't see why it would be a problem. I just want to make sure that it's gonna look okay. It's definitely annoying that I have to do this though. It should just uncap itself. Alright. Let's put it at 120 FPS. Alright. Let's see how this works. Might knock it down to 1080 and just get a more stable frame rate, but I want to see how it streams first. So let me know if it's laggy in any way. This game is pretty cool. I'm liking it so far. I've only played for like half an hour, but surprisingly fun. I don't mind that it's a character action game.
So this is what happens when a soul stagnates.
Doesn't bother me personally. I don't know. The discourse doesn't make any sense because this franchise it's never been like Call of Duty. They haven't just constantly done the same thing over and over. They're all drastically different every game in the series. It's not really a problem. Expecting these guys to make a JRPG with the obvious $5 they gave them to make this game is unrealistic, to put it nicely. How is it looking? It's fine on my end. How is it on your end?
An easy fight.
Honestly, if Tri-Ace made this game, it would just be on their engine. It'd be all jank like Star Ocean. Blessing in disguise. They added a bloody palace to this too, so that definitely is deserving of the $50 I paid for this. So, always welcome. You have a game around combat. No, the campaign in this, I've watched my friends play through this game. It's pretty straightforward. Will be an upgrade from Bayo 3 for sure. I think these guys are like the new AA budget action game kings. It's like, look, we don't have a lot of money, we don't have a lot of time. This game isn't going to be like revolutionary or anything, but it'll work, it'll run well, and it'll have good combat. So, I mean, it's good enough for me. I don't need more than that. You need a budget to do more than that, and it's clear these guys didn't get a budget. This game is very modest. I'm supposed to go up here, alright. I don't know what's up with Square, though. They've been putting out a game, like, every week for the past month. It's like, first it was, the Stranger in Paradise DLC, and then Star Ocean 6 came out. Harvestella was a couple days ago, and then now this is out. I don't know what they're doing. Should, like, space this stuff out a little bit more.
An easy fight.
No, this isn't really an RPG. It's barely an action RPG. It's more just a straight character action game with a little bit more story focused than usual, but nothing too overbearing. But still, they put like everything out in the past month. And what's weird is this is coming out like the same week as, on PC at least, coming out the same week as God of War and Sonic. Like, and this game is the same price as those games, so. Although, to be fair, this did come out in, like, September, didn't it? It came out a couple months ago on console. It's only the PC version that's got such steep competition. I think most people will probably be weary of buying this after Star Ocean, though, but luckily this game is a good port. It runs fine. I'm not having any issues with it.
What fools you are. Defying God.
Definitely feels more fluid than Samurai Jack. I'm liking that so far as well. Samurai, I still need to go back and do the New Game Plus on that, but that game would be a lot better with more cancels. A little bit too much effort to just not be stuck in an animation. Kind of weird. Can't dash cancel in this either. You have to be at the end of an animation. Oh, there's a skill tree here I didn't see. What do they got here? Oh wow, that roundhouse kick is pretty cool. What else they got? I'd like to look at the skill trees. You get a parry, that's pretty cool. Grab this. The double jump seems useful. That would probably be more useful if you could cancel, but you can't. I don't know, I wouldn't really want to mod this game until I play it as intended. It's not too stiff. I've played more stiff games than this. Yeah, it seems like this opens up quite a bit. Alright, so I can't get too much of this stuff here. Let's see what else there is. The defensive options look pretty good. Allows more time to complete technical actions. What does that mean? Oh, okay, so the window of it is increased. It's straight up Isen from Onimusha. That's pretty sick. It's like, even though she isn't too fluid, she has a lot of options. It feels it looks pretty solid. I don't know if this game has New Game Plus, but could probably just cheat engine all this stuff back. I think the game would be pretty boring playing stock. I hope it's not like that. They added 2 more difficulties. I don't know how exactly they're harder. You just get one shot by everything and everything has like 50 billion health, or is it more interesting than that? Because I tend to tap out of harder difficulties when they just do stuff like that. Hopefully you can still take some punishment, you just have to play better. I hope the fights won't go on like 10 times longer. It's gonna be pretty whack if that's the case. And I've played so many games where that actually is what happens, so I don't want to hold my breath here. They'll do better than that. It's like, yeah, you just tickle the enemies, but they like tap you on the shoulder and you're dead. And everything just takes longer. The game's not actually harder. You're just doing the same thing for long. Assault Spy, as much as I love that game to death, used to be like that. The hardest difficulty. It sucked. Assault Spy is not without flaws. You gonna attack? Sleep on the clock. Try out this parry. Let's tweak it out.
Here ends your miserable existence. Lightning bolt. Fearsome foe.
Elemental weakness, this game feels pretty good too. There's no guesswork, it just tells you which one. Which I think is a good choice. I think it's a good choice to do that. Sometimes I don't. Most of the time, I don't like element stuff when it's too overbearing. I don't like when it just takes over the game and you can't do anything without it. Let's try 1080, see how it runs. Oh, you get new moves from this as well. That's pretty cool. Learn to move! You get like a little relaunch. Helmbreaker. What else we got here? The roundhouse kicks are always welcome. Double roundhouse kick. Haha. Little flash kick. This game is pretty legit. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised after I played Samurai Jack. I hope these guys get more jobs. Like, not everything needs to have like 200 million pumped into it like God of War. You can still make PS2 quality games. It's not like those games have aged poorly. The good ones haven't anyway. DMC 3 still holds up. Kingdom Hearts 2. The Tales games. I wish people would give stuff like this a chance, just because it's not like super mega gigaton budget. Yeah, this feels pretty solid. What's up, man? Don't get comfy. I gotta Don't get comfy, I'm leaving soon. I'm just testing this out. It's nice so I could use the skill tree before it told me. It's nice. I hated that about Bayonetta 3.
An easy fight. Farewell, defiant soul.
Hey, thank you, that means a lot. If you're curious about the port, I posted about it in my Discord and on Twitter. It's a good port. It's not Star Ocean. It's playable. The game functions.
Heal our wounds and move on. Tear them asunder. Tear them asunder. Stay vigilant. Defiled soul, you shall be free. Lance of flame.
Hello.
Do not underestimate me.
I'm getting really hungry. I should probably stop. But yeah, this game is solid. It's a good port, too. The only thing that sucks about this port is the arbitrary 60 FPS cap, but can get around that. I tried Stranger of Paradise last night because the new DLC is like really up my alley, but it like maxes my CPU, so it's a problem. I don't know if you guys have heard, but I'm not exaggerating. I know I can exaggerate when I'm frustrated and stuff, but in that game, the basic generic bat, who's just like, you know, generic mook, you know, grunt that you fight, has like more polygons than Final Fantasy VII Remake Cloud when he's in a cutscene. I don't know if that game has cutscene and gameplay models, but like the cutscene model for Cloud, you know how detailed he is? You can like see the pores on his face and his hair and stuff. The bats, or like the basic enemies at least, have more polygons than him. So what that means is the computer is working hard to render a bat when it could render Cloud and FF7 Remake easier. The only way they could fix that would be to fix every character model in the game. And the game doesn't... That game's a lot like this. It's kind of just going around in corridors. Kind of just going around in corridors, beating stuff up. There's not, like, really any big set pieces. It's not like Bayonetta 3, where, you know, that game struggles to run on the Switch because they didn't want to, like, nerf the set pieces, because set pieces are, like, a big part of Bayonetta as a franchise, for better or for worse. So they, like, made that game like it was on PS4 or PC, but it's stuck on the Switch. Stranger of Paradise is a lot like this game. It's just like, you know, character action, Souls-like kind of thing. Just run around and beat stuff up. There's no, like, buildings breaking or giant kaiju running around or anything. And the game runs terribly. When I do my PC upgrade... we'll try to play that game again, but I tried last night, and I just couldn't run it. No, I actually uninstalled Star Ocean last night because it was really frustrating me. I was getting triggered. I'm like, you know what, this game's not worth it. It's not worth the stress. I want to play it. I liked what I played, but the port is just an unacceptable quality. I'm hoping that when I upgrade the PC, which should be this month, hopefully, if things work out, barring any issues, that game, both of those games will work, but I just uninstalled Star Ocean. And like, yeah, I'm tired of tech support. I've been working really hard, trying to get stuff working, and it's just like, it's not worth it. I already missed the window for, like, growing my channel off those games anyway, so it's mostly just to play it at this point. It's not to, like, work on the channel and grow it. That ship has sailed. Is that too much of a disadvantage to do that? So, it's whatever.
You are all to be purified. Our Odin's decree. A futile attempt.
Yeah, I know Elden Ring is capped at 60 and has a lot of stutter, shader compilation issues, which is common, sadly. You know those channels that try to get you to buy expensive PCs? They won't tell you this, but we're in a really weird spot right now as gamers. The reason for that is the new consoles have the direct storage or whatever to stream stuff off the SSD faster than a computer can. So what's happening is when they give us current gen games, which there aren't too many of those right now, but the Spider-Man remaster is a good example. That game is streaming off the SSD like faster than a PC can, but when they make a PC port, they cannot make it around the best hardware. It's probably going to get to that point in like a year or two when cross-gen games stop happening. Because right now everything is still on PS4, so the games are held back by that. You know, they have to run on, or even if they're, or worse if they're on Switch, they have to run on a base PS4, which has a mechanical hard drive that's not even a fast one. When they port games that are current gen, like the Spider-Man remaster is 60 FPS. It's 60 FPS, but to like stream the city and how fast you can go, it's streaming off the SSD. So when they ported that game to PC, the game is incredibly CPU heavy because they can't make the port around having the exact hardware that the PS5 has. So all that processing load is taken by the CPU. That's why I'm upgrading my PC, because I know that once they stop doing cross-gen games, I think the first big one, in my opinion, is going to be Final Fantasy 16. That is a timed exclusive for 6 months. So the PC port for that will be out within 6 months, I'm assuming. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. It's probably going to be really CPU heavy. I would estimate the requirements for that are probably going to be considerably large because uh, they don't want to compromise the game, which is a good thing. Because right now, if you have a good gaming PC, there's very little reason to have a current gen console. Obviously, this week in particular, there's a pretty big one. The new God of War just came out today. That's not gonna be on PC for like at least a year. Uh, but most games are still cross-gen. So if there's a PC port and you only have a PS4 or an Xbox One, then there's no reason to have a current gen console. But when they start putting out, they torch the cross-gen support. I think it's going to be really important. Uh, so that's why I'm doing this now. Like, my computer can still run games just fine, but well, it's more that the consoles actually are pretty good now. They're not the best, but like load times and bad performance has mostly been abolished. The only like current gen only game that runs like shit is Arkham Knights. What's it called? Gotham Knights. I keep calling it Arkham. I'm sure a lot of people do that. But uh, Gotham Knights like barely runs. That's like the first current gen game that runs at 30 FPS with no option to change it. Uh, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and hop in the shower. My buddy's at the game center, and he's putting in his 2 weeks. And there's Raising Cane's is like right across the street. So it's my day off today. I don't have any caregiving duties today, so I'm gonna leave you guys for now. I might stream over there actually, over at the game center. I'm just gonna buy like 2 hours, just chill out, hang out with him for a bit, and then when I come back, we'll play some more. Uh, how was the stream? Was it you guys watching on 60 FPS? Was it looking good? It was stuttering a little bit on my end, but I'll probably fix that later. I'm not playing the game in an intended way, but the engine just lets you do that anyway. Unreal Engine games don't really have capped frame rates. If you use the Unreal Engine unlocker, it just works. The only time it'll cause any problems is pretty much if you're playing like a fighting game. Because fighting games are like the only Unreal Engine 4 games that are the game logic is tied to the frame rate. Like if I try to run like King of Fighters like that with uncapping the frame rate with a mod, then the game will run at double speed. But everything else works fine. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. I'll probably stream over there. I'm probably gonna buy like 2 hours of game time and just chill there. My computer is about on par with theirs, honestly. So I don't really need to, but it's nice to get out and be social and hang out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Before I go, while I'm waiting for the shuttle to pick me up, is there's public, there's county rideshare here that's way cheaper than Uber and Lyft. So it only cost me $10 round trip to get there. Uh, while I wait for that, after I take a shower, I'll put up a benchmark. I put up one earlier, and I tried to. I don't know if any of you were quick enough to watch that. I torched it because the frame rate was all messed up. If I if I link the Unreal Engine unlocker and RTSS simultaneously, the recording gets messed up. So uh, I'll have to make the benchmark unmodded. But I'm just gonna play the game for like 5 minutes, no mic or anything, no commentary. I'll put that up for the views, and then I'll see you guys probably maybe in like an hour. It depends on how long it takes the shuttle to show up. But I'll probably stream over there, play for a bit. I went ahead and uninstalled Star Ocean. That shit is not worth my time. So yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys shortly. So just a reminder, there will be no kitty sitting stream today. I'm off. So I'm off barring my neighbor being in like really bad pain and me needing to go there. So we're gonna play Valkyrie Elysium today. That sounds fun. Thanks for watching.